What's up guys, today we're going to be going over the rated SMG, the submission that you should be crafting. And I know most people can't craft this weapon yet or won't be able to for a decent amount of time, but this review will just be going over the perks in general just as if you had the normal version. So it'll help you know what to be looking for as you get random rolls. Then down the road, once you can craft it, you'll know which one you want and which enhanced traits are worth your time. And speaking of the enhanced perks for these videos, I'm going to limit myself to 2 enhanced perks, one in the left, one in the right, because I plan on doing this for most of the craftable weapons, and by the end hopefully I will test most of the enhanced perks. But if I do more than 2 per weapon, I just will never be able to put out these videos because of how costly it is. So the submission is the raid SMG, which is 900 RPM kinetic and can come with some interesting perks. So first, looking at the perks in the left, I think the 2 main ones you're going to be going for is going to be Overflow or Subsistence, and depending on which one you prefer, that's pretty much what it comes down to. For me, myself, I like Subsistence a little bit better because I think it has more uptime on the perk, but Overflow for harder content makes a lot of sense. The other perks I'm going to be talking about is Sleight of Hand and also Perpetual Motion. Perpetual Motion is like more or less the only normal reload perk on the weapon, but if you look at Overflow, it will double the magazine size. So the base was 37 and it goes to 74. You can get up to 41 with extended mag, and that should take it to an 82. Overflow also has an enhanced version, and for this video I'm not going to be testing it, but based off the other enhanced traits, I'm sure it's not a huge difference. I would guess only a handful more bullets in the magazine, maybe taking it up to 90 at max. But if anyone has that on this weapon, please let me know what that is. But the one for this video I want to talk about, the one that I think I'll be using myself, is going to be Subsistence, where as you get final blows with the weapon, it will return ammo to the magazine. So first, let's go ahead and test how many bullets we get back with just the normal version of this perk. I tried my best to only shoot 1 shot, and this time I actually pulled it off, and it goes up by 7 in the mag once you get a final blow. So with normal Subsistence, with my appended mag roll, it goes up by 7. Now we try enhanced, it says it will return ammo to magazine with an increased amount. So looking at how that works, same mag size of 40 with appended mag. This time I accidentally shot 2, but as you see, this time it goes from 20 to 28, which means it is 1 extra bullet per kill, which is a difference. That is more than a lot of the enhanced traits are. It goes from 7 to 8. So that will just make it reload less often, and you'll just get a higher amount of ammo back in the magazine per kill. And I'm not sure how noticeable that will be in a lot of situations, but in theory, over the long run, it will add up very quickly. Let's say you get 10 kills with this weapon. At that point, that's 10 extra bullets compared to the normal version. So maybe on like an individual kill scale, it's not that big of a difference, but over time, it'll definitely add up and make it so you have to reload way less often. And usually Subsistence is tied to the mag size, so you can also put on extended mag, which will take it to 41. And I crafted that and put on backup mag, and it's still 41. So, you know, there goes some materials. With a 41 mag, it is still returning 8 per kill as you would expect. So just stick with a appended mag, that way you don't drain your reload speed, and use something like minor spec. The other perk besides Overflow or Subsistence in the left I think is worth your time is Sleight of Hand, where getting kills with our weapons or abilities while this weapon is stowed will increase the handling, reload speed, and stability for a short duration. And this will pair perfectly with using a special energy weapon as like your main act clear. So for example, the Ray GL, any waveframe, salvo, or even a reservoir burst fusion, that would pair extremely well with that. Then in the right column, there's gonna be 3 damage perks. The highest percent one is gonna be Swashbuckler at 33%. And if you get melee kill, you'll get the full ×5 right away. So this one could in theory be the best, especially if you're using a melee build, for example, the Titan Void one. This would be a great perk to pair with all that stuff. Then you also have Harmony on this weapon, which will be a 20% buff, and proc from other weapon final blows, which will pair perfectly with the Sleight of Hand I was just mentioning, and pairing that with one of the Waveframe GLs or the Fusion or whatever. And with that, you would simply get kills with your Act Clear special. Then you'd proc both Harmony and Sleight of Hand for a few seconds and go crazy with that and kind of go back and forth. But I think the most popular damage perk by far will be Frenzy, which will be the lowest percent at 15%, but will also increase the reload speed, which works perfectly with having Subsistence and Overflow on the left because neither of them will increase the reload speed of the weapon. So in the off case you do have to reload, having that extra reload speed of Frenzy is extremely nice. And since this is a 900 RPM SMG, it does so much damage already that having the lowest percent buff at 15 isn't really that big of a deal. And the other perk on the right I want to test in this video is going to be Demolitionist with its enhanced trait. And the enhanced one says it returns even more grenade energy upon kill. So I want to see what that is. So first, with just the base version of the perk, using 100 discipline with a cold snap grenade. So the exact amount of kills it'll take to get your grenade will be based off your discipline stat and what grenade you're using. So with this setup, it'll take exactly 8 kills to get my full grenade back. Now we go ahead and try with the enhanced version to see if we'll get more grenade energy back on kill. As you'll see, it still takes exactly 8 kills with the enhanced version, and it's not even like a noticeable increase on the bar itself. It looks the exact same, to be honest. So if it is a difference, it's like a handful of percent. I don't even see a difference. So that was another 2,000 Doritos down the drain. You could pair this with Kinetic Siphon to create orbs, then also the Echo of Starvation to proc Devour, and you can do that on all 3 characters. And now with that going on, you're going to get a huge chunk of your grenade back on every kill, taking what, now 4 kills I believe to get your full grenade. So obviously that works extremely well. And if you pair that with Subsistence in the left, you'll more or less never have to reload the weapon once you get used to the perk combo, because Subsistence will make it so you don't have to reload that often as is. But in the off chance you do, surely you've already gotten 4 kills and you have your next grenade already, and you can throw that to reload instead. So overall, the roles you want on this weapon, I go for a range master work, but if you're on controller, you probably want stability instead. Once again, for the barrel, same thing. I'm on mouse and keyboard, so I go for range, but you might want more stability. I think a pin mag is the best mag option to get both the 40 mag while maintaining a decent reload speed. Then in the left, depending on which one you prefer, overflow or subsistence. And down the road, you might want to enhance both of them because they both will just further increase the mag size. Both of those will pair the best with Frenzy for that reload speed and 15% buff. If you're taking advantage of a melee build, a Swashbuckler will be even better. And if you want demo for a grenade build, you can, but I think there's better options in the game. And finally, another unique role will be Harmony plus the Sleight of Hand to pair with the really good ad clear special weapons, for example, all the wave frames, Reservoir Burst fusions, or even something like the Salvo. Then when it comes to the enhanced traits, I think down the road, if you use Overflow or Subsistence, both of those will be good to enhance. I can't confirm exactly what Enhanced Overflow does, but I'm sure it's just a few more bullets in the mag. And it seems like for the right column, none of them are make or break for the enhanced version. Frenzy will just make it so you don't lose the perk as fast once you're out of combat. Enhanced Demolitionist seems to do absolutely nothing. And Swashbuckler will just slightly increase the timer. So once again, maybe down the road enhance those, but definitely not make or break. So comparing this to the Funnelweb, the Funnelweb being Void and having the best, damage perk for Void builds with a Drone Junkie is going to be hard to beat at its own game. This plus the Every Waking Moment is definitely the king of Void builds with volatile flows. So instead of trying to beat it at its own game, I think the submission will be better to pair with an ad clear special weapon, for example, one of the wave frames, the Dead Messenger, Salvo, or one of the Reservoir Burst fusions. And with that, you can use the Sleight of Hand Harmony roll, and that will work for not only Void 3.0, but Arc 3.0 and Solar 3.0 once they come out. And all you have to do is swap out what special you're using. And now with that combo, what you do is you just use the wave frame for like the big group ad clear. Then that will proc both the Harmony and Sleight of Hand. Then you go crazy with the SMG for like 1 or 2 mags, and you just pull out the wave frame and go back and forth. And I think that is the best use of the submission right now for Void 3.0 builds. And honestly, if you're just playing in general just to play, just throwing on Overflow or Subsistence plus Frenzy roll, it will be extremely strong. And yeah, that is the submission you should be crafting. There's a handful of different rolls that work out really well. Let me know which one you'll be going after once you can craft this weapon. Like usual, the rest of the video will just be some strike gameplay with the enhanced Subsistence plus Frenzy roll. Like usual, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.
signatures in a facility up ahead.